Welcome everyone to your full moon in Aquarius reading. Now Aquarius is an air sign. It has the traits of originality and vision. It's ruled by Uranus, which is about rebellion, upheaval, eccentricity. Now this full moon will fall in different houses depending on your rising sign. So I do recommend for these moon readings that you do look at your rising sign first and then your sun sign after that. If you feel drawn, you can also look for your moon sign. So I'll leave that completely up to how you feel. Now, just a bit of a note with the full moon. The full moon is about, it's the clarification and the results from questions, dreams, intentions that you set at the last new moon. It's also a time for gratitude and forgiveness. It's a time to let go of what hasn't been working, what is no longer working, what just hasn't worked. And it's a time of acceptance of where you are right now, where you find yourself now. So I hope you enjoy these readings, take them as they resonate, and if you do like them, please remember to hit the like button, and if you are so drawn, please remember to subscribe so you help my little channel to grow. Let's get into the readings. Hello Aquarius, welcome to your full moon in Aquarius this month. Now this full moon will play out in your first house. So let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. So Aquarius, the first house is ruled by Mars and it influences yourself, your identity, your appearance and your outward personality, the personality, the you that you show to the world. So let's have a look. A lot of repeat cards for these full moon readings. A lot of us have gotten this. Your commitment is being tested. Very interesting. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Aquarius for this full moon in Aquarius? Yeah, I really feel like we're going through a time where we're being asked to really trust the universe, trust the divine, trust Spirit and where it's trying to guide us, trust our inner selves, you know, our inner knowing even. Because there's definitely new beginnings, there's definitely Ten of Swords, yes. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, I'll just grab the energies for your reading. I'm just kind of getting the feeling, oh, thank gosh, you know, oh, thank God, thank goodness. You're coming to the end of something and I really feel like you're just going to be able to breathe out. I just feel like, I just really feel this sense of relief. And I'm wondering if I'm getting that because of the desert passage, you're coming out from kind of, you know, a very narrow passage where you've really felt the squeeze, and this Seven of Swords. So yeah, I just feel real like, whew, glad that's finished. So let's see where we go, Aquarius. So you have the first quarter moon and it says your commitment is being tested. And the first quarter moon is all about taking action. It's taking action on those dreams and goals that we set at the new and the waxing moon, the waxing crescent moon. And I feel that when we have a dream, we have a wish, we have a goal, and we decide, you know what, I'm going for it. I'm going to try. We start off with, you know, a fair amount of fear, but also a lot of excitement. And that kind of fuels us, that kind of keeps us going. And then we kind of hit maybe a few roadblocks, maybe a few comments from others, or maybe the fear of what we're doing or the doubts of what we're trying to do set in. And then we start to really doubt what we're trying to do. Like, is it all madness? Is it all pipe dreams? Are we off on some silly fantasy that should never have been entertained? And I find that when we get to that, it's so easy to give up and go back to how we were. And I feel this card, Aquarius, is saying don't. If you, because the first quarter moon is taking action, but I feel like it's saying that if you are in this place where you're just like, I have no idea what I'm doing, I don't want to do this anymore, it's too hard, I'm just on some silly goose chase. This card is saying then stop, or at least slow down. You're just in a period of shadows, a period of darkness, and you just have allowed the doubts to probably overpower you and what you're trying to do. So just, if you're really feeling doubtful, can you tell yourself, okay, I'm just being tested to see what my commitment to this dream is, and I'm just going to commit to my dream. And if I can't even see the next step or what I'm to do, I'm just going to hold that dream in my head, and that's just how I'm going to get through this period. I'm just going to hold that vision and that dream in my head. Maybe I can't keep moving forward because there is no path. There is just, I'm in the dark, but I'm going to hold that vision. And I feel, Aquarius, if you can just hold that vision, more will come. And I feel like you are holding that vision, because you've got the new moon in Capricorn. It says your hard work is paying off. So when we are being tested, it's not an easy time. And it's often things, you know, in our everyday life that challenges us. And it's also our thoughts and what other people say. So it can come through on multiple levels. And it is hard work to stay true to your vision when you've got no clarity on how you're going to get there or what you're trying to even do. Especially, I know for me, on my most recent path, my most recent journey, I couldn't even explain to people what I was trying to do. I know that sounds so difficult, but when you have loved ones that wants confirmation that, you know, what are you doing? What are you trying to achieve? And you're kind of like, well, you know, I've got this dream, I've got this vision for myself, and yeah, well, you know, how are you going to do that? And you're kind of like, yeah, well, I don't know, you know, it sounds flippant. It sounds really airy fairy. It doesn't sound grounded in the reality at all. And that's why it's so hard. It's really hard work. And that's why it's like being tested, because you know, for me, I couldn't explain it to myself, let alone explain it to somebody else. But you just got to trust. You just got to trust that this calling is guiding you, and you'll get clarity. And you'll go through periods of real clarity where there is no doubts, and you even wonder how you ever doubted. And then you'll go through periods where there'll be more cloud and it'll be darker. And you'll wonder, gosh, why did I ever believe in this? I don't know what I'm doing. But you've just got to trust. It's really, really trust. And it's saying that, you know, your trusting and your hard work is really going to pay off. And I love how you have the Desert card, Aquarius, because it says, trust there's a divine plan. And it's like he's come out, you know, from between these walls, these cliffs, and you can't see anything. You can only see this little narrow pathway in front of you. And it's scary. You don't know what you're going to come out into. And you feel pressure, almost like you're being squeezed through. And when we don't go back, when we keep moving forward, that's when we get that expansion. That's when we come from the restricted and almost the blind area of where we're really just going on pure faith. And then it opens out and we grow and we evolve, we expand, we gain new understandings. And I feel that's what's coming. That's what this work is. That's what's going to pay off. And there's so much clarity that comes. And it's trust. And trust that your soul, your inner self, spirit, it's all the same thing to me, guides you. You just have to be open. You just have to trust and have faith. And that's how we bring amazing things into our world. You know, when I get readings like this, it always makes me, you know, think of the people that wanted to fly. You know, can you imagine back in the day telling family and friends that you're going to fly? They would have looked at you like you had sprouted two heads. They would have thought, what? Are you mad? Like, are you actually insane? And it took years and years, and it took, you know, many different people having that dream and trying different things. But we fly now in, okay, it's not, we haven't grown wings and we fly by ourselves. So, you know, paragliding or whatever it's called, it almost feels that way. But, you know, we think of nothing of jumping in an aeroplane now and flying to the other side of the world. No, back in the day, that would have been considered impossible. And the thought of that, preposterous, if I'm pronouncing that, but that's the word that comes to mind. Ridiculous. But look at us now. Nothing's impossible. It just takes vision and retweaking. And eventually we bring it to the world. But that starts off with somebody's dream, somebody's vision. So Aquarius, we've got the Death card and the Three of Pentacles. And I feel that that's what this desert passage is. It's your hard work, your commitments being tested. It's because you're coming out of this period of restriction. The death of your old life. And I love how that, you know, the sun's coming up. Got the sun, the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's because you're going to be doing what fulfills you. You're going to be using your skills and your talents. You know, the things that the reason why your soul is in this day and age, in the world right now. And that can be anything. It can be grand. It can be really just a very small thing, just a change of career. It can be, I mean, Aquarius, this is in your first house, so it can be you just change your appearance, but it causes some kind of bigger change. You know, you change the way you come across in the world, you change the way you are in the world, and that has a knock-on effect. And this is your craft. This is your new path. Your new path is going to really light you up. It's really going to draw like-minded people to you. It's going to draw circumstances to you that are aligned with who you are now, who you have become. And that's why the Death card is here. Because it's going to be an ending of some sort. And I love how, you know, the ending is, you've got like, you're coming through, it's not a doorway, but you're coming out into the open. You're coming through the doorway into the open. And this is the Ten of Swords. So this is the end of a difficult period. This is the end of a really trying time. You know, a time that, I don't want to get too dramatic, Aquarius, but that, you know, was almost your undoing. I really feel that some of you nearly gave up on this path and just kind of went, well, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep doing what I was doing and I'm fine. And you're going to be so glad. You're going to be so glad that you did keep going. And for a lot of you, it can be, you know, the final move, a final ending of certain things. But, you know, we've got the Death card and we've got the Ten of Swords. That's endings. But I feel you're going to understand what this ending is about, because I feel like you're going to allow this new you, this aligned you with your skills and your passions and your, you know, what really uses your true talents. You're going to align your world with that. The card says the end of a situation that brings release, the end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction, a melodramatic reaction. And it's true, you know, these endings, they can be sad. But I like how it says the weight off your shoulders. You know, it's this hard work. You know, it's been difficult. It's difficult when we're on our soul's journey, especially initially, because there's so many years of, you know, buried emotions and, I want to say, traumas and, you know, disappointments and all the rest that we've accumulated along our life. And all that has to come up when we do our inner work. That's what it comes up, we understand it, we work through it, and then we let it go. And that's how we find our true self. That's how we find our true talents and our true journey in this lifetime. These endings are blessings, Aquarius. They're real blessings. And it might sometimes, when the endings come, when we say goodbye to things, even if it's just our old self, there is sadness. But you won't be sad for long, because this path is really going to light you up. This path is really going to make you feel like you again. But it's not the old you. It's just the you. Such an interesting reading for you, Aquarius. I hope the messages resonate and help you. If you've liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. It helps me grow my channel. I wish you all the best. Love and light, Aquarius. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.